Hello and welcome to my trophy guide for Resident Evil 4 Remake. In this guide I will show you how to obtain all 40 trophies in the easiest and most time efficient way possible. This guide can be followed by anyone and you do not have to bring any prior knowledge with you. However, I highly suggest you go and watch episode 0 of this guide where I explain the reasoning behind my routing. After starting the game, simply accept all settings as we will fully adjust them shortly. Choose options, controls, and most of these are up to personal preference. None of these are required, but some can make the game significantly easier. You can just copy my settings or check out episode 0 where I explain my reasoning for all my choices. There simply isn't enough time to go over them all now. Quit out of the settings and choose main story, new game, assisted. Our first playthrough will be an assisted handgun/knife only run where we destroy all clockwork Castellans and pick up all treasures. Collecting enough money is very important, so even though I have access to the DLC, I will ignore all treasure obtainable through the expanded treasure map, so that everyone can follow along. Also note that I do everything quickly and optimized. That is only to get as much content as possible into one episode. There is no time restraint on this first playthrough, but it is important that you follow my every step, so feel free to take more time if you need to. Also make sure to pay attention to the tutorial at the start if you are unfamiliar with the controls. Throughout all of our playthroughs we also have to have had all 29 weapons in our inventory at least once. We start the game with 2 out of 29, the SG09R and the combat knife.
This is not good.
Here we encounter our first enemy. Wait for him to dash towards you and then try running by his right side. There is a chance for him to still grab you. Just press R2 then. Taking damage is totally fine and will happen a lot. We take very little damage on the lowest difficulty and will collect every possible healing item. Open this drawer to find a green herb. These can be used to recover health. Always keep one. I will again explain why later. You will often find barrels, crates and more that you can open. Those can hold herbs, ammunition, money and more. Some of these are set and some are randomized. None of our strategies rely on random drops, except money. So make sure to pick up all loot I show you to reach approximately the amount that I do. I made sure to amass more money than necessary, so even with consistently worse luck, you will be able to follow along. This crate is guaranteed to drop 150 pesetas. This is the currency of this game. From here you want to keep running as there will be enemies close by. Pay attention to the ground here and avoid the bear trap. Now enter the hut to your left and quickly pick up the handgun ammo, flash grenade and red herb. The flash grenade will also bring you to 3 out of 29 weapons. Again, if the enemy hits you, it's no big deal. The handgun ammo is very important for the upcoming section, and the red herb can be used to make a lot of money or used to regenerate a lot of health. Now enter the village and follow me into one specific house. Do not skip the cutscene when you enter. Upon entering combat, a countdown of roughly 5 minutes starts, during which we have to survive inside this village with all the enemies surrounding us. This countdown does keep running during cutscenes. The other way to escape the village is by killing roughly 15 enemies. That is what I will be doing, and I will pick up 2700 pesetas, a ruby and an emerald that dropped from the enemies. Again, I do this because it is faster. I will not be using these drops later on. Quickly pick up the handgun ammo and first aid spray and then follow me upstairs and out onto the roof, where we want to pick up a velvet blue, which is our first treasure pickup. Now, first thing you want to keep in mind is that enemies can come from inside the house and also from around the corner to your right. The enemies from inside the house will try to get through the window, which you can interrupt with knife jabs. You poke with your knife by holding L1 and pressing R2. If enemies get through or come from around the corner, we want to headshot them. You can easily do this by moving your camera slightly above the enemy's head and then starting to aim. Thanks to our snap and follow setting, the crosshairs will immediately snap onto the highest part of the enemy, which normally is their head. A headshot from the front will often result in the enemy staggering backwards. You can then see a prompt above them. Press X to perform a melee attack. This deals a lot of damage to all enemies around and is therefore extremely powerful against enemy crowds. It can also happen that a downed enemy starts shaking violently. If that happens, then rush to this enemy and press R2 to finish them off. Otherwise it will turn and become much faster and resistant to headshot staggers. In that case, just unload your shots into its main body to deal the most damage quickly and safely. If you ever run out of ammunition or healing items, then loot the enemy drops and run around the village, as there are 3 more green herbs here. I will show all item locations after I complete the siege. You also want to use green herbs before using first aid sprays, since the latter heals more and is also the only healing item we can store outside of our inventory. Just, again, remember to keep 1 green herb. The last thing I want to mention is that, as I said earlier, this is a handgun/knife only playthrough. Do not use any weapon apart from the SG-09R and the combat knife. Using any throwable items like grenades, flash grenades or even eggs, even if you don't hit an enemy, will void the trophy. You can at any point press the options button and choose challenges to check the minimalist challenge. This must stay at 0 at all times. I will now pick up all items throughout the village. Ascend the nearby tower and pick up the green herb. You will break through the floor here after a few seconds, so be quick. Pick up another green herb left of the town hall and then turn back to enter the house opposite of the one we entered before. Break the 2 barrels and the crate in there to obtain some resources small. You can press triangle and open the crafting tab to combine gunpowder with resources small to craft more handgun ammo. Do this whenever your inventory fills up. You will also pick up weapon 4 out of 29 hand grenade. Behind this house you can find another red herb. You can combine these with green herbs to get an even greater healing effect, but for now I'd like you to keep them if possible. Follow me further around the village to destroy more crates and pick up another green herb. Do not enter this house to your right, as there is 1 more enemy spawn in there. Now enter the house we entered first, destroy the barrels and pick up the W870. We will not use this shotgun, but it also counts as a treasure we have to pick up, as well as weapon 5 out of 29.
Oh, nice.
Jump down and loot the remaining huts, which also contain another treasure in the form of a ruby. We now leave the village and enter the farm. I make a save here. That is only to seamlessly cut together my recordings. You never have to make any saves as there are autosaves on all but the highest difficulties. Just choose to continue if you ever game over. Follow my path here and stealth kill the 2 enemies. There is a skip here that is performed with grenades, but remember that we cannot use anything but handguns and knives. Now shoot the canister on the windmill, but make sure it is on the right side, so the treasure inside it doesn't drop into the dirty well. That would turn the pearl pendant into the dirty pearl pendant and drastically reduce its sell value. Now follow me to break more crates and barrels and also pick up another green herb. Go through this metal door and duck under the tripwire. Go past this ladder and pick up the yellow herb. Then go up the ladder, leave through the door and jump down into a hidden side path. Yellow herbs can be combined with green herb to increase your maximum health. It can also be combined with green and red herb and then be sold for 10,000 pesetas. Grab the flagon from this chest, which is another treasure. Then break the barrels and knife the padlock to destroy it. Straight ahead inside the drawer we find a ruby, which counts as another treasure. Break the barrel, pick up the kitchen knife being weapon 6 out of 29 and the wooden caulk, and then quickly climb the ladder. The camera will be working against you here as you cannot climb the ladder without facing it. Break the barrels, open the cabinet and place the caulk into the gate mechanics before pulling the lever. We will sell all 18 green, red, yellow mixes for a total of 180,000 pesetas. There are no enemies on assisted difficulty that can deal even half of your health in one hit, so increasing your maximum health is not necessary at all. Now exit the farm through the gate you just opened. Don't forget to duck below the tripwire again so that the brute running after you gets blown up and stunned. Run around the left of the villa to break more boxes. Just run past the brute on the way back if he follows you. You can also reload your autosave here if there are too many enemies. This will place you at the start of the bridge without any enemy having spotted you. Take the right path here to avoid the ambush and then run past all the enemies. Enter the lakeside settlement and duck under the tripwire to find more resources. Now avoid all the bear traps on the ground and run past all enemies to enter the nearby hut. We will come back here in chapter 4 to pick up all collectibles. For now it is better to conserve ammo. We will have more ammo and a stronger weapon when we come back. Knife the padlock and shoot the tripwire inside before making your way into the basement. There will be one more enemy on the way, but you can just ignore him as well.
What's that noise? Took my gear.
Starting with chapter 2, you will not have access to your inventory. Collect the green herb from the crate and then pick up a kitchen knife further ahead. Stealth kill this enemy and proceed to find another one. You can parry most enemy attacks by pressing L1. On the lower difficulties, this parry window is very long, so parrying is extremely easy. You can often follow a parry with a melee attack. Parrying an attack for the first time also rewards you the Knife Basics trophy. Open the furnaces to find a sapphire, which counts as another treasure. Trigger one of the bear traps with your knife and then make your way through the building. Here we will wait till the enemy has passed to stealth kill him. Turn this wheel to open the door and then sprint back to where you triggered the bear trap to get through the door. We have to do this quickly as the door slowly closes over time. Here you swap your current inventory with the one you had at the end of chapter 1. Combine handgun ammo and mixed herbs to free up some inventory space and then pick up all the items.
Taking these back. Who's that?
Destroy the nearby crate and then talk to the merchant. You always want to sell all old key items, all regular treasures, meaning the ones without gem slots, all knives except the combat knife, all grenades, all ammo except for the handgun ammo, and all resources large. Here we additionally sell the W870 and the green-red-yellow herb mix. Then always repair your combat knife durability. We need the knife for parries, stealth kills and to escape enemy grab attacks. From now on I also always store all except one first aid sprays to preserve inventory space. We don't purchase any inventory upgrades to save money, but this is not a problem since we only use the handgun and merchant locations are frequent enough to sell unnecessary junk. Now follow me into the valley and here I introduce you to the no fear tactic. We literally just run past all the enemies while completely ignoring them. Do not stop, do not hesitate. The faster and more direct you are, the less likely it is for you to get hit. There is a gigantic number of enemy spawns in this region, so running past them is also much more efficient than killing them. We already have quite a bit of healing, so feel free to use it all. I will also mention that a green and red herb mix counts for keeping one green herb, so you can use all green herbs if you have one green and red herb mix. Open the chest to find another ruby and then turn the wheel to open up the exit. This is the only troublesome part as you can get interrupted. Just keep turning the wheel if that happens. You can always reload and alt autosave if you get overwhelmed. Now jump down and cross the bridges to enter the hut in the center. Pick up the small key inside a briefcase and then climb onto the roof. Collect the Hexagonal Emblem here and jump back down. From here we want to get into the building underneath the wheel we turned previously. Pick up the yellow herb and first aid spray there, and then knife the padlock to leave. We now make our way back into the abandoned factory where we can use the small key to open a locker and pick up another treasure, an elegant mask. Now run by the merchant once more and use the hexagonal emblem to open the gate. Kill all 3 enemies here before picking up the items. You can use the bear traps to your advantage. An enemy being ensnared by a trap can be finished with a melee attack.
Next.
Now pick up all the loot around you and crouch through a nearby opening to find another sapphire. As you notice, I don't point out every single pickup as that would just be way too much to mention. Always pay attention to the right of my screen as every pickup will be conveniently listed there. Here we now shoot down another treasure and then use 2 more well-placed shots to close the well and drop another canister so it does not drop into the well. Pick up the sapphire and then enter the hut to destroy our first out of 16 clockwork Castellans, rewarding you with the Revolt against the Revolting trophy. Inside here we also find another green herb. Then leave, quickly pick up the pearl pendant and get past the chainsaw man by ducking under another tripwire. Continuously lure the chainsaw man into the bear traps and melee attack him to kill him without using your ammo. If he refuses to step into a trap, then retreat to the next one and finish him off with your handgun after you used all the traps. Stagger the other enemies with headshots if they get too close, and use melee attacks on them as that will also damage the chainsaw man. Pick up the emerald from the corpse and then shoot the crow's nest and break the barrels before entering the village chief's mansion. Do not diverge from my path as we open a drawer to pick up another ruby and then solve the padlock puzzle by turning the segments until they show wheat, pig, baby. Pick up the crystal marble, money and hand grenade and then use the table to avoid the turned villager. Upstairs we move the marble so it depicts the Los Iluminados insignia, enter the room and collect the insignia key to end the chapter. At the start of chapter 3 we now loot the mansion, so follow me to pick up the handgun ammo, red herb, brown chicken egg and small key. Chicken eggs are healing items, so use them at your leisure. Leave the mansion and free the dog from the bear trap. This will make a later boss fight even easier.
You too, huh?
Then make your way to the village and enter the house I previously told you not to enter. Do not go any further east for now. The enemy spawn in there is no longer active, so we can now loot the barrel and use the small key to open another locker and collect the vintage compass treasure. Now leave the building and move along the left side of the barn in front of you. A cutscene will play that moves your camera, so make sure to pull the Alt stick back and avoid the bear trap on the ground. Quickly jump into the tunnel to avoid the dogs. Loot the barrels here, get up the ladder and just run past the enemies to get into the town hall. The first crate on the left contains a viper. Kill it with your knife and pick it up. This is a healing consumable. Feel free to use them. I will sell them to save inventory space, which ends up giving me 10,000 pesetas, but this amount is also ignored. Shoot down the velvet blue and then grab another first aid spray from inside the briefcase.
I have something I think you love.
Now combine everything you can and sell the usual. Additionally, I also sell the Viper and another green red yellow mix.
I've got something new for you, mate. I'll buy almost anything.
Repair your knife and feel free to store more first aid sprays. Do know that you can also send them to storage at any point if your inventory gets full. Make your way towards the graveyard and stealth kill the enemy.
A church. I made it.
Now we want to destroy the 2 insignia inside the tombstone on the 2 nearby graves. We require 9 spinels, and completing merchant request 1 out of 19, Graverobber, will grant us 2. Turn back and kill the enemy in the cabin before looting the handgun ammo inside.
Out of the way.
Shoot the crow's nest and then approach the church, where we pass through another tunnel to reach our next enemy encounter. The next time we pass through this area, all enemies will be despawned, so right now we will just run past all of them. The only problematic enemies are the ones at the very end, as one of them can charge you with his pitchfork, shoot him in the head to stagger him, or just take the hit and then quickly disarm the tripwire to escape. Pick up all the loot while making your way through the quarry and just run past the dogs in the open area. They are quite difficult to dodge, so just ignore them and heal if you get to low health. Again, combine your stuff, sell the usual and repair your combat knife. You will also obtain the trophy Nice One Stranger for completing your first merchant request.
Got some rare things on sale, stranger. Well, well. I can serve easy work. I'll come back anytime.
Collect the Hexagon Piece A, which is required to collect another treasure, and then follow me to the fish farm. After crashing through the floor, we want to wait for the brute to get closer. We can stealth kill him to make our path through this area a lot easier and get a free velvet blue. Now we again just run past all enemies. Here too, we will use the no fear tactic. There are a lot of enemies, but they are fairly passive on the lowest difficulty. Shoot down the antique pipe here and then make your way onto the walkway. Disarm the tripwire to get past, jump down and turn around to find the hidden Hexagon Piece B. Now enter the fishing hut at the end of the area where we find the boat fuel. Also take note of the chicken egg lying right on your path. This is the only problematic point. If the enemies block the exit, then headshot one of them and melee attack to clear the path. In the shed to your right, you also want to pick up another small key. Then climb the ladder and escape the fish farm. Loot all the items here, including another yellow herb, and then make your way back to the merchant. We want to again combine whatever we can and then sell the usual. This also includes another green, red, yellow herb mix. Of course, we also repair our knife if necessary.
Stranger, your valuables won't do you much good in the grave. Thank you. That's good work.
Now make your way back to the docks and use the boat fuel to cross the lake. This will start our first boss battle against the Lago. Hold L1 to aim and press R2 to throw harpoons. It can be a little difficult hitting the harpoons due to the Lago's movement, but I will go into more detail on this fight on the professional difficulty playthrough. For now I will just say that you want to use the L stick to influence the boat's movement. You want to avoid floating debris and always be ready to dodge to your right whenever Del Lago dives down to avoid its jump attack. Defeating Del Lago will reward you with the Harpoon Hurler trophy.
Think you can swallow me whole, huh?
At the start of chapter 4 you just want to follow me while collecting all the loot, including another red herb. Here we encounter the first type of Plaga enemy, who I will just call tentacle enemies. They have a little more range than the villagers, but this one can just be ignored. Follow me through the next cave to find the old Wayshrine Key.
What is this place? Some kind of shrine.
Use the boat and go to where this chapter started. Close by you can use harpoons to kill the Lunker Bass. Selling this creature will complete the Catch Me a Big Fish merchant request and reward us with 4 spinels. Now make your way to reach the shipwreck in the center of the lake. There are several barrels in this lake that hold 100 pesetas each. Make sure to get them all. Loot the Alexandrite and then follow me to pick up the red 9. Equip it, as this is the strongest handgun and will be our weapon of choice for the remainder of this playthrough. It will also be weapon 7 out of 29. From here, make your way to the eastern shore to reach the chicken farm. On the way we destroy another barrel. Once there, we collect the velvet blue and gold chicken egg, which when sold completes the egg hunt merchant request and rewards us with 3 spinels. bringing us to the 9 total required. You can also collect a total of 4 additional X here, which can be used for healing purposes. Now boat over to the small cave shrine, where we solve the stone dice by pressing the left, bottom left and bottom right buttons to collect the Blasphemer's head key item. Make sure to pick up the Hexagon Piece C and then climb the ladder to knife down another ruby treasure. Collect the remaining loot and then make your way across the lake once again. We now destroy 18 barrels on the way to underneath the quarry. There we shoot down the treasure from above. For now the red 9 is a lot more inaccurate, so take your time aiming. Once we reach chapter 6 we will use the spinels from the merchant requests to purchase the red 9 stock, which greatly increases the weapon's accuracy. Now use the old Wayshrine Key to unlock the Splendid Bangle treasure, pick up the Alexandrite and make your way to the large cave shrine. Destroy all 4 barrels on the way and get ready for another no fear maneuver. We will run straight past all enemies and to the other stone dice puzzle. On the way there we will cross a bridge. Shoot down the treasure canister and then proceed. The solution here is top right, top left, bottom. Note that enemies cannot attack you during this puzzle. Collect the Apostate's head and turn back. This time we jump down the bridge and collect the yellow herb as well as the velvet blue we shot down earlier. Escape and use the boat to get back to the merchant. We pick up the final 2 barrels on the way there. On this lower level we can find Castellan 2 out of 16 and also use our small key to collect the brass pocket watch treasure. Now climb up and combine your ammo and herbs before selling the usual items to the merchant. Additionally, we will also sell the gold chicken egg, Lunker Bass, SG09R and another green red yellow mix.
New item, welcome. I got something new for you. Your valuables won't do you much good in the grave.
Then repair the knife and fully upgrade the red 9 to power level 3, ammo capacity level 3, reload speed level 3 and rate of fire level 3. This whole process will also unlock the trophy My Preferred Piece and complete merchant requests 2 and 3 out of 19. Now turn back for one more backtracking trip. Take the boat to the entrance of the fish farm and place all 3 hexagonal puzzle pieces in the designated contraption. Then rotate the bottom left and top pieces in that order to unlock the Depraved Idol treasure. Lastly, we boat over to where we ended Chapter 1. There will still be 2 enemies around. We will do a lot of running back and forth here so it is more efficient to take out all the enemies in the process. For now, just kill any villagers that cross your path, and keep watching out for the bear traps. Turn left and enter the house with the collapsed roof. There we can find some loot and Castellan 3 out of 16. Now leave and collect the rhinoceros beetle from a nearby tree. You have to get really close to get the prompt. This creature can later be sold for 10,000 pesetas. Shoot down the crow's nest and enter the Insignia door. Pick up the materials and then climb the ladder to reach a clearing. Up here we can pick up another green herb, shoot Castellan 4 out of 16 and find another small key. On the way back, we will encounter our first dog that's infected with the tentacle plaga. It is best to prioritize these enemies as they are much faster. They also love to run around and get out of view, making it difficult to confirm if the surroundings are clear. Turn left and use the old Wayshrine Key to unlock the Pearl Bangle treasure. Then go back and into the hut we entered in Chapter 1 to use the small key on the cabinet and find the gold bar treasure. Finally, we go back into the basement where Chapter 1 ended, as we can now find the red Gemstone Ring treasure there. Now that we are done with our cleanup, we head back to the mural cave where we can place the Blasphemer's head and Apostate's head to obtain the church insignia.
Same mark from the church.
The next step is to travel back to the church. On our way, we will stop by the merchant again to clear our inventory.
Got some new... Welcome.
In addition to the usual items, we will also sell the Insignia Key and Rhinoceros Beetle. Then we repair and upgrade the combat knife to power level 3.
Thank you. We're starting to get an idea of your might want to take care of any leftover...
On the way back through the quarry, we use the old Wayshrine Key to unlock the butterfly lamp treasure, and then we will face our next boss fight. We start by unloading all our shots into El Gigante's body. As soon as he roars, we will reload while he reveals his weak spot. Hitting it will deal significantly more damage, but is also much more difficult since El Gigante moves a lot and the red 9 is still extremely unprecise at this point. Luckily, we do not have to hit the weak spot while he is moving. Simply keep shooting the main body until the next cutscene plays. Reload again as El Gigante is falling, and once your magazine goes back up to 12, we press X to deal some free damage with our knife. Again, just keep shooting El Gigante to trigger the next cutscene before he can attack. Reload right after this cutscene and then shoot the weak spot while El Gigante is trapped under the rubble. If you miss too many shots, then simply keep doing the same until he is dead. Defeating El Gigante will reward you with a yellow diamond. Pick up all the loot in the area, including a velvet blue where El Gigante ran into the wall.
Pancake. Okay, let's get to that church.
Before leaving the quarry, we also want to shoot down the ruby treasure hanging above you. Kill another infected dog here and then enter the church. Inside, we first go down the right path to find the blue dial. Use this on the pulpit riddle and then turn the green, blue and red dials so it fills in all the spaces of the glass mural. Don't forget the small key right next to you as well as the green herb close to the entrance. Then climb the ladder to find Ashley, which ends the chapter and this episode. I will see you in the next one.
Ashley, you in there?